Alright, what this video is going to be a video which has a little bit of the course I was riding last Saturday on my 450L, my CRF 450L, like you see in the video right now, and every couple minutes it'll cut to me riding that same area I just rode on my Beta cross trainer. So I'm riding the 450L right here, and a few seconds it'll switch over to the cross trainer. And then I'll pick up on the 450L somewhere else, and then the cross trainer on that same bit of terrain. So I wanted to ride these two bikes back to back out here. Okay, so switching over, all the videos switching over, and now the cross trainer riding on the same terrain. I wanted to ride these two bikes back to back on the same terrain. I've had the cross trainer for about 2 months. I've had the CRF 450L for about a year. My cross trainer, it replaced a CRF 250RX, which would be fine for the kind of riding that I'm doing in this particular video, but there is a lot more area that's kind of technical, really some slow speed technical stuff that I wanted a more enduro kind of bike, and kind of short. I got short legs, so I chose the cross trainer over the Beta 300RR because of how short it is. Okay, so right here, riding through some sand whoops. After you do this corner at the front of the property, basically I'm riding on the perimeter road, which goes back to the back of the property. It's over a mile back to the back, but I'm not going to ride the entire mile in this video. I'm going to cut it in just a moment, and you'll see the cross trainer on this same bit of stuff like this, where there's some sand whoops, and then this right here, it may be kind of hard to tell in the video, but it's kind of rocky and it's not smooth. And well, the 450L just eats this stuff up, this kind of stuff. It just eats it up, feels smooth. I just got my 450L back from the shop a couple days before this video was made, and suspension was set up for my weight. Okay, right here in this part of the video, I'm on the cross trainer riding that same bit in the sand whoops, and you kind of hear me right there. Got a buddy who's following me, and we got a Cardo headsets, and we were talking to each other as we were riding, and I was just letting him know, yeah, the cross trainer's not nearly as good right there as the CRF 450L. Both of these bikes have suspension that's been set up for my weight and everything like that. The suspension is set up, but I mean, they're made for two different things. The cross trainer is made for slow speed stuff, and I'm not fast, but you know, this is maybe a little bit more than what the cross trainer was intended for. The cross trainer suspension, that is. Okay, this part of the video, I'm getting towards the very back of the property. Go down this little bit of a hill right here, and I'll be going up a hill. Alright, now the cross trainer doing the same bit. Getting to the back of the property. And then up that same hill.
Hey, I'm gonna go take that immediate right.
Okay, back on the 450L here. We get down the hill. The river is right there behind those trees, but I wanted to go on a little side of a hill on some slightly off camber stuff here.
four-stroke, baby.
Yeah, a few months ago, I wouldn't have wanted to ride on the side of a hill like this, even though it's not a tall hill. I get really sketched out by heights, and even if it's not even tall heights, but anything that's not, you know, levels, particularly to the side. So, here I am on the cross trainer doing the same thing. This is what I have to say about the cross trainer. I wouldn't even attempt to do riding stuff like that really until I had the cross trainer. And so, I mean, I think the purpose of that bike is in the name. It's a trainer bike. I've been riding it now for a couple months, and it's given me so much more confidence, and I think it makes me a better rider on any other bike I'm going to ride. I certainly wouldn't have done this on my 450L before. I mean, I would have rode around the perimeter, I would have rode on some really flowy trails, but I wouldn't have taken it on you know, these. I probably would have done this because it's straight, but anything that's off camber, anything that's even slightly technical, I wouldn't have done on 10. Sometimes the guys that I'm riding with are always giving me crap about some of the trails I like to ride.
Oh man, sure.
Guys I'm riding with asked me to hold up for a bit because there were several guys when I was riding on the 450L. We were trying to stay together, and then so I had to stop right there, which is unfortunate because that's I like that little bit right there because you got these little rollers, one right after another, and I had to stop in between two of them. Okay, so we're leaving the river bottom. I'm going to go back up and start getting onto some flowy stuff in the woods. All this is my favorite part of the property. Okay, so this is the place where I had to stop the 450L. And then back up this hill.
We have the perimeter to the orange. This part of the orange.
Alright, here's probably my favorite part of the whole property is all this stuff back here.
What's that? Oh, I'm already.
With all that up, down stuff and turning like that, to me it's like a roller coaster. this hill that I'm going up right here a couple years ago, I was afraid to go down that hill, and then they reversed the direction of the. But I eventually got to where I do it, and then they changed the direction of the track, and that doesn't bother me at all. Still have my fear of heights, really crazy tall hills. Still trying to muster up courage to do some taller stuff, steeper stuff.
Oh, you fell?
Yeah, and my buddy fell. That was behind me, so I had to stop up here, pull off the trail. And I got off the bike. I was going to walk back and help him out, but he got back up on his own, and so we continued on our way. For my cross trainer, besides the suspension, is pretty well stock. Hand guards and protection like that, but nothing else has been done to it. My 450L does have the upgraded ECU. I have the AIM ECU, and I've got the switch to go from full power mode to enduro mode. I was riding the enduro / single track mode. And it's got the suspension upgrade. And by suspension upgrade, just springs for my weight. Riding in this stuff, the X-Trainer cross trainer is much lighter, so it's easier to turn and all that, but the 450L has more grunt. And so, I don't know, it just goes up stuff a lot more easily. I think it has more torque. I mean, these two bikes are basically dirt bikes. This one, 450L, being a street legal dirt bike, but still a dirt bike. And the cross trainer is a dirt bike. It's not street legal. I could get it plated.
I did not do the log this time.
But they're both dirt bikes. But they're both dirt bikes from like opposite ends of the spectrum almost. With the 450L being based off of the CRF 450X, which is a Baja Desert racing bike, and this thing, the cross trainer, is some kind of strange cross between an enduro bike and a trials bike, made for slow speed stuff, slow speed technical stuff. And the 450L, well, made for riding on the street too, but at its heart, like the CRF 450X, that's made to just go wide open as fast as possible for 1,000 miles across the desert. Two bikes that couldn't be more different in a lot of ways as far as dirt bikes go. But both are equally competent at doing this kind of stuff that's not in either extreme. The cross trainer, of course, like I said, is lighter, so it turns easier. The 450L has that grunt more so than the cross trainer, and it has that stability So, okay, so right here, riding once again in an area where the ground is at this part
I'm staying on trail.
kind of rocky, kind of choppy, but the bike has the just handles it, no problem. It's got the stability. The cross trainer is not quite as good in that choppy stuff like that. It gets kind of flighty. You know, it doesn't hold the line quite as good when the ground gets rough and, you know, with the rocks and stuff like that. Of course, tires play a role in this. I've got a Tusk D Sport on the back of my CRF 450L to get the high miles because I do commute on this bike to and from work. But I've got a Kenda Trackmaster up front because I loathe the Tusk D Sport front tire. I can't stand that tire. And my cross trainer has the Shinko MX216s front and back. It's a good tire. I've had that on my CRF 450L. Just the rear tire just didn't last as long as I would have. Well, it lasted fine, but I want something to last a little bit longer. So I'm hoping that D Sport will prove to last a little bit longer. And I'm just trying the Kenda Trackmaster for the front tire because it's cheaper than the MX216, but so far I'm happy with it. We'll see how it all shakes out in the end. Okay, so if I had to have only one of these bikes and I were only going to do this kind of riding off-road, I'd probably be the CRF 450L, simply because you can do all kinds of other stuff that you can't do with the cross trainer. It's a dual sport, street legal. However, don't have to just have just one. I've got the best of both worlds. I hope you enjoyed the video. Later.